Moving right along, though, we are nowhere near done. Don't even think about it. We've got our next artist coming to us from Pennsylvania, Chris Pick. How you doing, sir? Chris? There you are.
Chris,
Chris,
you need to unmute real quick, Chris.
you need to unmute, Chris.
Unmute on Zoom.
Oops. Well, while he's doing that. Oh, you're serious.
There we go.
There you are. Woohoo. I know, it's been a while.
Sorry, I didn't even know I was on mute. That's usually how people like to hear me sing.
Oh, no. I love it. I love it. Okay. Wonderfully strange. That is our running theme tonight. How you doing, Chris?
Really good. Really good. How you guys all doing?
Wonderfully strange.
I'm in good company then.
Yes. Yes. It's good to find new friends, especially ones who don't take themselves too seriously.
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh, so Chris, tell us a little bit about your first song. Let's jump right in here. What you got for us?
Well, I got some requests tonight, but I'm gonna go ahead and sing anyhow. So I saw one of my friends is actually watching Lisa, so this one's for her. She'll know this one. Sometimes the night was beautiful. Sometimes the sky was so far away. Sometimes it seemed to stoop so close. You could touch it, but your heart would break. Sometimes the morning came too soon. Sometimes the day can be so hot. There was so much we're glad to do. So much you've already done. Oh God, you are my God, and I will ever praise you. Oh God, you are my God, and I will ever praise you. I will seek you in the morning, and I will learn to walk in your ways, and step by step you lead me, and I will follow you all of my days. You know, it's amazing when you look out that night sky, you see the same stars that Abraham saw, and you know what? Sometimes I think of Abraham. One star he saw happened living. He was a stranger in this land, and I am not no less than he. And on this road to righteousness, sometimes the climb can be so steep. I may falter in my steps, but never beyond your reach. Oh God, you are my God, and I will ever praise you. Oh God, you are my God, and I will ever praise you. Yeah, I will seek you in the morning, and I will learn to walk in your ways, and step by step you'll lead me, and I will follow you all of my days. Yes, I will follow you all of my days. I will follow you all of my days, and step by step you'll lead me, and I will follow you all of my days. 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 Lay Richmond.
Uh, amen. Amen. Following the theme of just take the next step.
Yeah, yesterday was the day of prayer, so I figured that's a prayer song and good one to start with.
It was an excellent one to start with. And, you can't go wrong with the classics.
No, you cannot. And I started doing that more recently with all my concerts. I started incorporating like Larry Norman, and maybe we can do something like that tonight. Maybe I'll add one more.
Hey, we're good. We're good. You do whatever you want, brother.
No, don't tell me
Walk
that.
that back at some point. I realized as I said it, oh, that could open us up.
You don't know what you'll get yourself into.
It's just part of the fun here.
Yeah,
Really.
it is.
You have to learn to roll with it here.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So tell us a little bit about your ministry, Chris. I'm reading your bio. There's so much there. I'd like you to cherry pick and tell us the best parts.
Well, obviously missions is number one with what I do. Trips to India. There's still talk about an upcoming trip possibly. And the sad thing is I've been involved with so many reservation work in America, and the doors keep closing. And I was getting ready to do another trip coming up in June, and that door just kind of closed on me, which is kind of sad. So I'm kind of trying to put together with people who are still interested in helping us out, my own small teams to go out onto the Indian reservations, maybe, teach a little music. We're trying to get back to one of the reservations I was involved with over the years, but COVID kind of shut that down. So while all that was happening, I'm still involved with one ministry. It's called Gospel for Asia, where I go around and I try to raise support for indigenous missionaries throughout Southeast Asia. They're able to go places where I can't go. I've known I've known a lot of missionaries over in Asia that are able to go to certain areas where I've never learned how to even speak the language. And then I've learned when I go over, there's more danger on my part. I actually had to go into hiding 2 times while I was over there, just because some government officials found out I was there and I didn't want to get blacklisted. So I ended up hiding out in a communist village in Southeast Asia for a whole week. And when I do go, I teach kids music even over there too. So I work a lot with kids in Southeast India. And when I'm not doing that, doing the music, teaching music, I have a lot of students Monday through Friday that I work with, and even I work at a zoo on weekends because I'm an animal lover, and I have friends of mine that work at a wonderful zoo near us called Klein Peelin's Reptile Land. So I help them out on weekends, and that's actually where I was right before I showed up for sound check.
Oh, wow.
So I was like,
I don't know if I'm I actually have a zoology degree, and I was thinking about being a zookeeper when I was in school, and I did an internship one summer at the Cleveland Zoo in Ohio, and realized that might not be for me, and just for various reasons, and decided to run the zoo that is my house.
You gotta love animals if you want to work in a zoo and not so
absolutely.
much focus on the work and not so much focus on the money. I mean, it's
No,
a lot of work.
no.
It's a lot of
money. Yeah,
a lot
not a lot of money. No, that wasn't the reason. I love the animals. I hate the people.
Well, animals are much easier to work with sometimes.
Right? Yes, you know what you're getting involved in.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, that your mission stories though are just amazing. I mean, I can't even imagine having to hide out in a communist village for a week. That's some scary stuff. I mean, the persecution is real over there.
My goodness, yes. I've actually the persecution part. I was almost killed on a Native American reservation, attacked by a guy that was all hyped up on some kind of drug. And thank goodness, thank the Lord that there was a Native American that I was talking to. He didn't like me at first. Took a while for him to like come around to me. And when he realized my life was in danger, he came to my rescue and
Wow.
pulled the guy off me.
Wow.
So yeah, this kind of work can be very, very dangerous. I actually think the hardest work is working among Native Americans, just because they've gone through so much in our country. They've had like a lot of legalistic white missionaries in the past. I remember Wounded Knee would come and share the gospel with them, and so they kind of look at the gospel as the white man's gospel, and we try to shut our mouths more and demonstrate it through our hands and feet when we're there among them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do.
Unfortunately, they mean well, but I think over the last couple hundred years, the church has a lot to answer for in how they treated the Indian population,
Yeah, it's
Native
sad.
population. It's unreal. I was just learning about the boarding camps that they would do to unteach the native girls.
Yep, and the worst one is not far from me.
Oh gosh.
It's down in the Harrisburg area. That was the worst one.
Unreal. And these people are doing it in the name of God, and how much he must have
Yeah.
just wept over that.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh. But you were talking about, doors closing and opportunities just kind of disappearing. It just brought to mind the section in Acts where, oh gosh, I can't remember where they were going, but Paul wanted to go. He wanted to go somewhere, and the section just says, and the Spirit said no. The Spirit wouldn't let him, and God wouldn't let him. And then he tried to go to this other place, and God said no, and he wouldn't let him. And so they went into I can't even remember where they ended up. That's horrible. And it turned out that was how the gospel. I mean, that little piece was how the gospel was spread into Europe.
Yeah. And I've learned to live kind of like that too, because my heart was one time I was invited to go to Turkey, and then God closed the door, sent me to Peru, where I don't even speak a word of Spanish down there. So like drawing pictures, trying to talk to kids. And then when God, I felt like I wanted to go back to Peru after that. And God just kind of closed that door. And the one place I didn't want to go was India. And I remember doing the Moses thing where I make all these excuses of like, oh no, I don't want to do this. And then I remember saying something like, oh, I don't have any money. And that's the one thing you don't want to ever say in ministry, because God always provides a way. And that's what happened. And the same thing happened with the reservations a long time ago. About 17 years ago was when my wife, she went first. Her and a friend just kept trying to talk me into it. And I was like, I did the same thing. I remember my excuse was, well, I just don't have the money. And the next time I know someone gives me the money, I'm going.
Yep.
So all the places I've done in ministry, all the places I've gone were never where I wanted to go in the first place. And the places I wanted to go, like maybe go to an island somewhere like Key West or something like that. God never sent me.
Yeah. Somewhere in the Caribbean?
Yeah, exactly.
How about Hawaii?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no. And I think God knew that I kind of like Peru a little too much. So I was like, no, okay, get him out of there.
Oh my gosh. Well, like we've been saying all night, you ask for the next step and he'll give it to you. And I'm sure he's got just nothing but good coming for you as far as your ministry, because if you've got a willing heart, from what I've found, that's the key.
Just and the key is submitting.
Yes, exactly.
And saying yes.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't do any good to fight with God.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, you look at Jacob, I'm just gonna knock you out anyway. So
exactly.
What have you got next for us, Chris?
Well, this next one kind of goes into another one. I haven't done this one in a long, long time, but about 20 some years ago, when I was working with my first producer, who actually was the producer for Davy Jones of the Monkees, I remember in 1999, after the Columbine tragedy,
I had to get permission to do this, but I read the book Rachel's Tears about Rachel. I can't remember her last name now. Rachel Joy Scott. Her father wrote a book about all of her prayers, and I remember reading a couple of the prayers, and I thought, I really want to put these to music, and so I did. We put the song out, and then some label contacted me, and they said they wanted to use the song for the benefit mission work in Uganda. Uganda actually is the way you pronounce it, and it was on a project called Call for Healing, and this is called Rachel's Prayer, and it goes into another song. It's actually the intro to another song that I started around that time period, but I actually didn't finish until after September 11th. And that song was never actually officially released by me, but my producer actually put it on a compilation album. So this is called Rachel's Prayer. It goes into another one called Believe in Love.
Rachel's tears came pouring down as she cried to Jesus, lay my burden down. I am your child, crying out to you, make use of me that others may know you. Sometimes it's hard to understand where to go and what you plan. God, give me strength when that time will come. Hold me close in your loving arms. And she cried, I'm just passing by, just coming through, not staying long. I always knew this home I have, it will never last, but I'll be coming home to be with you. Oh, to be with you. Old April morning in the spring of '99, shots ring out in the halls of a school called Columbine. Children dying, parents crying, how could this be? Yet the faith of some of these children, they help the blind that couldn't see. And I believe in love, I believe in God above. He's always there, and he shows he cares. Through his love, he's there for you. With love and mercy, he'll be there to comfort you. So turn to him and let him in. Don't shut the door, he can love you more. He's there for you. Sometimes the pain is so deep, that's when the devil takes control. We question if there's a loving God, then why couldn't he save those souls? And some things we don't understand, and we blame God for the pain. When we're hurting, so is God, and his tears, they fall like rain. Well, I believe in love, I believe in God above. He's always there, and he shows he cares. Through his love, he's there for you. With love and mercy, he'll be there to comfort you. So turn to him and let him in. Don't shut the door, he can love you more. He's there for you. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I woke up one September morning to the news on TV. Chaos and fear had struck through the streets of New York City. Terror had hit home that day, and peace seemed hard to find. In a cloud of dust and rubble, the devil's face was smiling bright. I took a walk that day in my neighborhood for the first time. That night I went to church, I held a stranger's hand in mine. Came home to my family, and I called up loved ones I'd missed. It was there and then I realized I have forgotten what love is. And I believe in love, I believe in God above. He's always there, and he shows he cares. Through his love, he's there for you, yeah. With love and mercy, he'll be there to comfort you. So turn to him and let him in. Don't shut the door, he can love you more. He's there for you. Da 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 da. Yeah, just believe. La da 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 da. Yeah, believe in love. La da 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 da. Yeah, just believe. La da 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 da. Yeah, believe in love.
Mm,
That's Believe in Love.
that's beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yeah, for some odd reason, I never chose to release it. So my producer, who was working a lot with Davy Jones, he decided to put on a compilation album with Davy Jones and some other songs. I didn't think it fit, but he thought it fit on there.
You know, if a producer wants to put you on something with Davy Jones, you just say yes.
Yeah, I guess he figured if I worked enough with the reptiles at a zoo, I might as well work with a monkey on a project too.
Perfectly put.
Yeah.
Oh,
And my next song will be from the Animals.
all right. All right. No, I'm not even going to suggest that we get serious. Why would we want to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say, artist, promote thyself. Where can we find you?
Mental wards, zoos, circuses. No, I'm just no, I'm in all the digital format areas. iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Bandcamp I like to use a lot because chrispick.bandcamp.com, and the reason why artists can actually listen to everything on there. And so they have a choice if they want to buy, or not artists, but the fans, the people, they can listen to it. And there's no charge to listen to it at that point. They don't have to like download Spotify or Amazon or anything like that. So Bandcamp's my favorite one, but I do put my stuff on iTunes, Spotify, and I'm currently working on the CD right now to fight MS. It's been a work in progress for like 2 years. So I got to get it out there because I have so many friends of mine right now fighting MS. And I just finished an album to fight cancer called Trina for a friend of mine who passed away from Trina. Mitch McVicker's on it. A lot of my friends in the music industry, Mariah Hostrander, John Roginski, my producer, contributed. Meryl Brown, she worked a lot with the Ragamuffin Band herself. And helped me out on the res with some of the work with teaching music to kids on the res. So this was a fun project because we all were involved with benefits for Trina right before she passed away. And this is one, I think that was actually my biggest project I ever did, and that was to fight cancer. And that's the one on Bandcamp. We decided not to put on iTunes, Amazon, and all that. We just decided to put on Bandcamp so anybody can actually just listen to it and read stories. We were able to put a lot of liner notes on it too.
Wow, we'll definitely be checking that one out. So, and your upcoming one for MS, what amazing causes.
Yeah.
Need all the help.
And that's been in the works now for about 2 years. And I have the perfect title for it. It's just got a guitar pick on it with my name on it.
Perfect. See?
It's just going to be called Picks. Seriously. I thought I'd have a little fun
perfect.
with it.
And why wouldn't you? With a name like Chris Pick,
Exactly.
why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Surprised it took you this long, really.
Yeah, I know. And my wife came up a long time ago with promoting me. She came up with the idea of like getting a bunch of guitar picks and putting my first name on it so I can hand it out to people at concerts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that just seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
You have a smart
exactly.
wife. Listen to her.
Yeah, she is. She's the one who keeps me sane.
Oh my gosh. And with that, do you have one more for us, Chris?
Yeah. Well, here, I'll do one of the ones from the upcoming MS project. This one I wrote quite a few years ago, but I never finished it. It was written for a wedding, and all I did was I wrote the verses leading up to the chorus, and by the time I was finished with the chorus, the bride was already at the altar, so I didn't feel a need to actually write any more. So I went back, rewrote some verses to it, and I decided to release this on the upcoming MS project. We're actually going to the studio soon to record it, and doesn't really have a title yet. I was going back and forth between the wedding song and what God has joined together, and so this will be on the upcoming project to fight MS.
Awesome.
Perfect for May with all the weddings taking place.
God once said to man, take a good look around at all of creation I give to you. And as man walked with God through paradise, there was something missing. God knew that it was not good for man to be alone. He needed a helpmate by his side to help him when he falls down. So God gave man a special bride. With the rib Jesus took from man, he made a new protector for his heart. With the greatest command, he said, love her, let no one part. What God has joined together, it's a love to last forever. A match made in heaven from above. And the angels dance and sing as man and his bride cling together hand in hand in love. This is the new part. Thorn, strife, animosity, it ruined what was meant to be. Chaos in all creation, we can see. We can stop love growing, we can push it aside. The love that's there, the love that never dies and holds us together, you and I. Oh, if we look and believe the truth that's inside, and see the love and feel the love that we try to deny. Don't believe the lie. What God has joined together is a love to last forever. A match made in heaven from above. And the angels dance and sing as man and his bride cling together hand in hand in love. Oh, what God has joined together, it's a love to last forever. A match made in heaven from above. And the angels dance and sing as man and his bride cling together hand in hand in love.
That's it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's it's just a gorgeous reminder. Yeah.
Hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, I felt it was kind of last minute. It was like the week before the wedding. The groom couldn't decide if he wanted me to be the best man or actually write a song. They decided to do both, and he gave me like a week's notice.
Why not both?
Exactly.
I'm with it. I'm down for it. Why choose? Just go for both.
Yeah. Except trying to get away from the keyboard to get over there real fast over there and be next to the groom's.
Just wear your running shoes.
We didn't plan that part out very well.
We take these things too seriously.
Exactly.
Have the musician just jog over mid ceremony. It's perfect.
Yeah, they never make it easy for a musician.
No, never. It's our lot in life.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining us, for sharing your ministry and your music with us. It was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. It's getting late here, so I'm going to join you guys on Facebook so I can actually get something to eat after the soup.
There you go. I had my dinner during Tanique's performances. I don't know if you caught I was hiding now. Chicken nugget.
Yeah, now it's my turn to sneak something.
All right. Well, absolutely. Go feed your stomach and continue to feed your soul here with Red's Room.
Oh, thank you so much.
that
Thank you
segue?
for letting me come back, Kat. And thank you, Red. Happy anniversary. And I look forward to doing this again with you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris.
No,
Have a
thank
great
you.
night.
You do the same. God bless you guys.
Okay.